must be sleeping under a rock or something. You don't understand what's happening here. I'm in God mode nowadays, son.
Excuse me. What's up, everybody? It is Devin the Brain Alexander back in the house. Yet again for the Slaves of Wrestling podcast. What's going on?
Not much. This is your host, Ryan Reigns, the Tribal Chief. We're going to be talking about Smackdown today. It was a really good show. I liked it from beginning to end. There was a lot of excitement, a lot of different stuff happening all the way around. Man, I don't even know how to explain it. It was just a good show all the way around. That's like the only way I can really seriously put it. So let's just jump right into it, man. So they opened up with the Bloodline coming out to Jimmy Uso's music. Sorry, I don't know why I got those two mixed up when they're not even on the same show anymore. So they had Jimmy Uso, Solo, and Heyman come out to the ring. Heyman grabs the mic right away. And, the crowd starts booing him before he even says, "Hi, my name is," and everyone's booing. And he tells the crowd, "No, my name is not Boo. My name is Paul Heyman." I loved how he did that. You know what I mean? He's just a great manager, bro. He knows how to feed off the crowd. You know what I'm saying? And so he's going into the spiel about them kicking the crap out of John Cena and AJ Styles last week, and how they were supposed to be tag team partners at Fastlane against Solo and Jimmy Uso, the Bloodline, obviously. But that week before, they took out AJ, put him through, I don't know what they put him through, but he did not look good at all. And then they took John Cena out to the ring, beat the crap out of him, gave him the Samoan Spike, put the contract on his chest, and then gave him the Samoan Splash from the top rope. Then Paul Heyman's talking about how Cena's not here right now at SmackDown. He's having traveling issues. And that's when Jimmy puts his hand out like Roman Reigns, which I thought was hilarious just because it was like, bro, what are you doing here? Like, what are you doing? And, Jimmy obviously tried to play it off because, he is playing that cocky asshole, I can't do nothing wrong, you can't do nothing to me, you know what I mean? He's doing that kind of heel gimmick, which I'm really loving right now. I love that type of heel. It makes it a little bit better, but it still seems like the Bloodline is not fucking
really
with Jimmy. Like
right
they
now.
make it really seem like.
I think.
No,
well, of course
you can tell. You know what I mean?
I think that's pretty lit. I'm enjoying his heel work right now. His heel work is pretty impeccable, so I'm all over that.
Well, yeah, and then it's going to leave something open for the Bloodline storyline. You know what I mean? It's going to leave something open for that, which I think is amazing that it's going to leave that open for that. Then Jimmy, he just snatches the mic out of Paul Heyman's hand, and then that's when he starts talking crap about beating up John Cena and how he's not there tonight and he's having traveling issues. And then he's talking about laying AJ Styles out, and from out of nowhere, Carl Anderson jumps out of the crowd, slides into the ring. He kicks Solo first, so he drops Solo, and then he starts kicking the crap out of Jimmy, and Jimmy rolls out of the ring, and Carl jumps on the mic, and he's like, "I challenge either one of you from the Bloodline. I want one of you. I want one of you." And, Jimmy looked at Solo like, you going to go handle this? You know what I mean? But Paul Heyman went up to Solo in Paul Heyman fashion and started whispering something into Solo's ear. I don't know what was said. I don't know if what Solo told Jimmy is what Paul said, or if there's bigger plans to come. You know what I mean? So Solo tells Jimmy, you better go handle this, or I will, and or I'll handle this for you. And they had the match next, which was Jimmy and Carl Anderson. I thought it was a really good match. It was like, it was a decent match for a beginning match, you know what I mean? And for one of the starting matches, I thought it was one of the better ones. Solo obviously did interference. Obviously there was interference by Solo. He got the super kick from the super kicker, and then he got the Samoan splash, the 1, 2, 3, Jimmy Uso wins. And what I thought was really great about that, though, was after the match, I know they kind of cut to commercial, and then they came back and it showed Solo, Paul Heyman, and Jimmy walking down the aisle, and that Micha, the one that's been, the one that runs with the OC and AJ Styles, comes out, and she's looking at them, shaking their heads, you know what I mean, just shaking her head at them, and Jimmy goes, "There you go. Go scrape him up off the mat. Go get your boy." And she slapped the dog shit out of him. Even if it was a kayfabe slap, that shit looked better than, looked better than the one that, who were those two motherfuckers at the Oscars? Chris Rock and Will Smith. Looked better than that.
I did a whole show about that on
That was the only
podcast, the Devin and Blessing show. I did a whole show about that shit. That was good.
Well, that's what I mean, and it was great because he went off it, he went down, and Solo and Paul are looking at Jimmy, and they're just like, "What the hell?" And she's just walking to the ring, and then they go into an interview with Santos talking about the match that he's going to have tonight for the United States title against Rey Mysterio. And then it cuts in the middle of the interview, or right after the interview. Pretty much all Santos said was that it was a quick interview. Pretty much he was just saying it's an honor to wrestle his hero. It's an honor to be in the ring against his hero, and he always wanted to wrestle Rey Mysterio for a championship, and now it's gonna happen. So that was pretty much the gist of it, though. You know what I mean? And then they cut to the back, and Jimmy's just attacking. It wasn't even pro wrestlers at that time. He was just attacking staff. And he was just running around being a dick. Let's just be honest. You know what I mean? And Jimmy scared this one guy, and Paul Heyman told Jimmy, "Yo, leave him alone. Go, go. And he told the guy, calm down. Don't be scared. I'll handle this." And obviously he got on the phone, and he said, "Call Roman Reigns," and the crowd went lit. All you got to say is Roman Reigns, and the crowd goes crazy on SmackDown. That's how much star power this man has. Let's just be honest.
Why he wasn't number one on the PWI 500, but I digress. We'll talk about that soon enough.
Exactly. We'll save that for another show, because that could probably add another 30 minutes just to this show, just to do the review. You know what I mean? Maybe 2 hours. Shit, who knows? Because I got a couple. We haven't done the PWI guys yet, and we will get to it. We'll probably do that this week sometime, just so you guys have it. And we know it's a little late, blah, 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 da-da-da-da. Who really gives a shit? If you care about our opinions, you'll listen. And always remember, we always forget to say this at the beginning. I don't know why in the hell we always forget to say this, but remember to like, subscribe, and comment on all of our stuff. Always remember that. Even if it's something that you hear that you don't like our microphones, blah, 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 da-da-da-da. Yeah, just let us know, man. Real shit. That's what makes us better.
Criticism will be taken, and it'll be taken well. I'm not soft or anything. I appreciate the
yes.
criticism, and I'll make an effort to improve
no.
based on said criticism. Thank you.
Yes, exactly. I feel the exact same way. But then they went into, obviously it was one of the show segments, and it was Grayson Waller with Bobby Lashley, which I was really excited for this just because I've really been liking what's going on with Bobby Lashley and him adding the Street Profits, and with Bianca being out and them adding Jade, there's a lot of possibilities. But we'll talk about Jade here in a little bit because they do bring her up in the show, and we will talk about the rest of our feelings about this one after we get through this segment with we'll talk about the Street Profits and Bobby Lashley, where we think it could go after we get done with this little segment right here. So give us 1 second, we'll give you our 2 cents on it. So obviously Grayson Waller's sitting there talking smack about John Cena and talking about how Bobby Lashley, like, he looks amazing in the suits, but dang, bro, like, you're so big, how can you find suits that find you? You know what I mean? And then he starts talking about Cena being late and how the Grayson Waller effect had to come in and save the day. And, you know, which was great because I'm really starting to like Grayson Waller. I really didn't like the guy at first, but the way that he comes off and the way that he can actually cut promos and the charisma and he actually can wrestle, I give the guy a lot of credit. Like, he's doing a really good job.
Yeah, he is.
Like, really good job.
He was really impressive. And seeing him when they were here in Denver. Really enjoyed that segment. He didn't even let Cena talk. That was the best part. That was just funny. Every time Cena tried to open his mouth to speak, he just like interrupted. It was so funny. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, and that's what I like about Grayson Waller. He can just play that. He plays that perfect little asshole. That asshole that you want to slap. He's like that popular kid in school that nobody liked. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But everybody knew who he was. You know what I'm saying? So maybe that would... Well, I guess that was like me in high school then, you know. Everyone knew who I was, but no one really liked me. I'll be honest with you. But, you know, they always acknowledge their tribal chief at the end of the day.
Weak as fuck.
So, when Bobby Lashley comes out, Grayson Waller starts talking about how the Street Profits lost last week to Rey Mysterio and Santos. And he's saying, well, if you really want a great tag team, an electrifying tag team that gets hits on TikTok and YouTube and this and that, and we're undefeated because they've only had one damn match, but they are undefeated, you know. So he's talking, maybe Bobby Lashley should get rid of the Street Profits and add Austin Theory and Grayson Waller to his faction. And that's when the music hits, when the Street Profits, or no, that's not when the music hits because, actually, you know what? That is when the music hits. I'm getting a little mixed up in my head. Sorry here. My notes, I can't read my handwriting sometimes. You know, when you're writing fast, sometimes shit happens, okay? So, yes, the Street Profits do come out first, and they're walking down to the ring, and, he announces, well, there's Bobby Lashley gets pissed off and he's standing at the edge of the ring and they're walking up. He gets out of the ring like, what do you guys want? What are you guys trying to do? He goes, well, we want to make everything right. We want to do this. We want to do that. He goes, oh, you want to make things right? Well, prove to me that you want it. Prove to me that you want it. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it was one of those things. So I was wondering, because after they did that little thing, Austin Theory came out because he had a match next with Cameron Grimes.
Cameron Grimes.
And I thought, I do too. I have never watched the guy. Like I said, we barely started getting into NXT and everything else like that. And I think I seen him when they first brought him over to SmackDown when they first did the draft. But I'm not absolutely sure if I did see him or not. So, I'm not sure. I'm not going to lie to you on that one. But, so I thought what I thought was the Street Profits were going to jump Austin Theory and Grayson Waller for Grayson Waller talking that smack. You know what I mean? That's what I thought was going to happen just because That's how WWE usually puts things together. Someone talks shit, someone gets their ass whipped. You know what I mean?
Formula, yes, I'm very familiar with their formula.
Yeah, so that's what I thought was going to happen, and it didn't happen, so I was kind of surprised about that. But, Dragon Lee was standing off to the side, and I guess prior to the match starting, they cut to a commercial, and they showed a highlight reel of Dragon Lee. And it showed Austin Theory standing off to the side, yelling at Dragon Lee, saying that he didn't deserve that or doesn't deserve something, da-da-da-da, I didn't really know what they were talking about at first until Grayson Waller explained it. You know what I mean? Because, you know, he got 150 million hits on TikTok because he was with The Rock, and it wasn't because of The Rock why he got it. It was because it was Austin Theory.
Whatever,
you know what I mean? So that was one of the things that was kind of that's what I thought was funny about it. I ain't gonna lie to you. So they went into the match. Obviously, Cameron Grimes got the upper hand at the very beginning because he had his back turned and he was yelling at Dragon Lee. That Cameron Grimes, he can do some really good in-ring work. Like, one of the cool things that I seen him do, which I was like, what the fuck did this fool just do? He was standing in front of the guy, flipped over him, like literally did a backflip over him, grabbed him for a German suplex, and then German suplexed Austin Theory. Why am I fucking stuttering today? Am I gold dust from fucking 2011 today or what? Shit. Well, yeah, bro, I keep stuttering and everything. Like, damn, what the hell's going on? But Cameron Grimes really impressed me in that match. I think that, I'm sorry to say, like, with that guy, you might need to add him to a faction for him to actually get some, to get over with something. Yeah, to actually get over. Just because they don't put, like, if you're trying to be solo sometimes, you don't get the push that you deserve sometimes. Like, we've seen it with multiple WWE stars that we thought should have been pushed but never were. I think that if they put him in a faction, I mean, like, I don't even know who he could be in a faction with, because, I mean, Judgment Day, they already have JD following him around. You know what I mean? Like, there ain't really too many factions that I could see him actually being in.
Maybe they could put him in Bloodline.
No. Well, yeah. Yeah, I don't know about that one.
I mean, Sami Zayn was an honorary
but Austin... Yeah, that was true. That was true. Yeah, that was good though, the way that they did everything, because he was cool with Jimmy when he came back, and then Jay didn't trust him, and now him and Jay are cool, and Jimmy don't like him, so I like what they did there. But then they had, obviously Austin Theory won the match with the A-Town down, and then he goes out to outside the ring and starts yelling at Dragon Lee, where the referee has to get in between them to make it look like they were going to fight, you know? And I'm pretty sure they're going to be bringing Dragon Lee up to the main roster very, very, very soon. And I mean very, very, very soon. Because I don't see why not. You know what I mean? It is. It's more than enough time to do that right now. I was ready for Braun Breaker to come up over a year ago, to be honest with you. But I digress. So then they had the interview with Rey Mysterio, and he's talking about the match, obviously, they're going to have tonight with Santos. And him and Santos, he pretty much just said, Santos, I'm going to give you my best. I want you to give me your best. And we will see who the best man is. So that was pretty much the interview. The interview was pretty dang simple, pretty dang easy. Then they cut backstage where Jimmy's beating up. I haven't seen anybody from Hit Row in a long time, and we know they got rid of Uncle Phil. Or Top Dollar.
Night clowning that fool. That shit was hilarious anyway.
Yeah, that shit was too fucking good. But yeah, this is the first time that we've actually seen the street, Hit Row in a minute. And the only thing that was happening was B-Fab was getting beat up by Jimmy, and Shanti was standing off to the side telling him, Jimmy, stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it. And Jimmy looks at her, and it was hilarious because he just like looks at her and he goes, oh, did you just say stomp him, stomp him? Mm-hmm. So he starts stomping the crap out of him, you know what I mean? And then Solo picks him up and gives him a Nuragi through the table. And he said, well, it was, if you had to really pay attention to the words, because Jimmy literally said, well, he can't be John Cena's partner, so it obviously makes sense that they're going around backstage destroying all the wrestlers, so they cannot so John Cena will not have a partner at Fastlane.
I was excited about that. It reminded me of Kane and the Undertaker's Night of Destruction, kind of nerfed a little bit.
Yeah, same.
I mean, it's Kane and the Undertaker, for Christ's sake.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and plus they're like fucking 6 to 8 inches taller than both of them. You know what I mean, too. So it's a little different. But I liked how they're doing that and how they were destroying everybody in the back, so John Cena won't have a partner for Fastlane.
Life in the Fastlane.
Then we jump into the. Then they jumped into the match with Santos and Rey Mysterio for the United States title. During the match, though, I don't know if it was because obviously they had it planned out this way, because they got to like kind of the boring point in the match, and I'm not gonna lie, there was like a little bit of a couple boring points with Santos and Rey Mysterio's match. There was a couple little boring points. They cut to the back where they show Jimmy and Solo just kicking the crap out of everybody. And I mean literally kicking the crap out of everybody. Samoan spiking people all the way down the hallway. You know what I mean? That's all Solo was doing, was just grabbing motherfuckers and giving them the Samoan spike. So you know that they were serious about not letting John Cena have a tag team partner for Fastlane. Right. Life in the Fastlane.
Life in the Fastlane.
So, I'll let you guess. Rey Mysterio won the match. Like I said, there was a couple little boring points, but it was a decent match all over because Rey Mysterio ended up coming back and he actually hit his finish instead of having a stupid roll-up like Pockets and Moxley and a whole bunch of other ones that we see that have titles and they win just by roll-ups every single week in another company. I was happy that he actually hit his 619 and got the pin against Santos because it actually made it a legitimate win. You know what I mean? But right after that, they were getting ready to shake hands, Santos and Rey,
and
the Street Profits come out, and they beat the crap out of Rey Mysterio and Santos. And then the two other guys, Wild and Del Toro, come out to try to help. And Bobby Lashley walked out while they're stomping down Rey and Santos. And he walked out all happy, you know what I mean? Walked out like, okay, you're proving something to me. This is what I wanted to see. This is what I wanted to see. And so they come running out. I don't know which one Bobby Lashley elbowed, but I'm pretty sure it was supposed to be kayfabe, but it didn't really look kayfabe just because that boy has some arms on him, you know what I mean? So one of them got taken out. The other one went into the ring, got their ass whipped by the Street Profits, and then they cut to commercial, which I thought was a great way to end that little segment. Well, actually, no. They didn't end it that way. They ended with... they end up talking about one of the matches for Fastlane that's coming up, I didn't write down what match they were talking about because I'll wait until Fastlane to talk about Fastlane matches, and we can talk about predictions this Friday before it comes out, you know what I mean? So, they cut to the LWO in the back, and it's all the LWO because everybody else, like pretty much everybody had something to say, and they challenged Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits for Fastlane. So I'm pretty sure it will be Santos and Rey Mysterio. I just don't know if it'll be that Enrique Wilde or the Del Toro joining them to do the three-way tag team, the trios match.
It's gonna be pretty lit though. I'm excited.
And that's when they cut to commercial. And obviously, I record some of this stuff, and I pause it, and I just fast forward because I don't like commercials. So I fast forwarded through the commercials. And then they're talking about the hot new signing for WWE, Jade Cargill. And I am so happy she is coming to WWE. I think that with her only having 2-year experience, like you brought up the brain, like you brought up a couple different times, I think they'll actually teach her how not to botch moves and actually how to hold somebody properly and actually know how to wrestle. So I'm really excited for that. Like I really, really am excited for that. And there's just so many possibilities, like I was saying, for Jade to do anything. So if Bobby Lashley, Street Profits, Bianca, and Jade make a faction and they actually take the women's tag team division seriously, I could see Jade and Bianca having the tag team titles and then one of them winning the women's heavyweight title, you know what I mean? But we'll have to find out if that's going to actually happen. I kind of hope that it does. Like I really, really hope that it does. I really hope that it does. But we'll see where it's going to go. But there's just so many good matches that Jade can actually have, and who knows? Obviously, it seems like because they already put her up on Smackdown, you know what I mean? So it makes me think that she's not going to even be in NXT. And if she is in NXT, it's just for like literally 2 or 3 matches before she hits the main roster. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not
like real long stuff with you. I can actually see her on the main roster.
Unless they have her challenge Becky Lynch for the NXT title. That could be lit.
That is true. That is true. They could do that. But they also could bring her. What I kind of want to see. I want to see a faction, kind of like what the Judgment Day was doing right now until what the Judgment Day is doing right now when everybody has titles. You know what I mean? I would love to see I would love to see Bobby with the heavyweight title. I would love to see the Street Profits with the undisputed title, and either Bianca and Jade with the tag team titles, or both of them with both women championships from one show. You know what I mean? Both of them have a championship from each show. You know what I mean? So, and like I said, there's many possibilities for matches. I mean, like Charlotte Flair, Bayley, like you said, Becky Lynch, all the Hall of Famers that have been coming back, like Trish Stratus and everybody else like that. Like, there's so many possibilities, bro. So many possibilities. I would love to see her wrestle Rhea Ripley or Raquel Rodriguez or Nia Jax.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm really excited for that one. Yeah,
that would be hard as shit.
Possibly.
Yeah, I'm super excited for those possibilities. So this part was really weird. So this segment is just going to be really, really weird, guys, okay? This is going to be a weird segment just because this is the way that WWE put it together. So they announce Charlotte, go to a commercial, they come back, Well, no. Okay, no, never mind. Because the commercial was right where my little dash is at. So this is actually what happened. They introduced Charlotte. Then it cuts to John Cena speeding up, pulling up in a Mustang, being all mad, ready to fight the Bloodline. He gets out the car all angry, you know what I mean? And then they cut to commercial. Then they go to a segment with Pretty Deadly, and I'm starting to like Pretty Deadly a lot. Those guys, like, their comedic shtick is really good, and they play good little pretty boy assholes. That's why they're called Pretty Deadly. You know what I mean?
It works pretty well for them, too.
And the way that it does, and like we all know that he actually had a real shoulder injury. So don't ask me why he's sitting in a wheelchair. I have no freaking clue.
And he's selling it by sitting in a wheelchair. I love that shit. So
I love that too. And then how they had the dummy, the punching bag dummy, and how he was poking him in the eyes, trying to get his shoulder right and trying to swing the chair. And they finally got everything good, and he's coming back. He got out of the wheelchair to walk to his partner and you do the tag. Like, it was a funny freaking segment. And I know that AEW has done the Neck Strong thing for the last couple weeks, but I'm really enjoying the Elton Strong thing also with Pretty Deadly. That shit's getting me a lot. That shit's freaking hilarious.
I really enjoy it.
So now we got Elton Strong and Net Strong. So which one do you prefer? Are you Elton Strong or are you Neck Strong? The brain?
That's right.
You're Neck Strong? See, I still think I'm Neck Strong, but I think I might be Elton Strong here soon, But after that little segment, they go backstage to the Brawling Brutes watching it with Butch and the big dude. I can't remember the dude's name. I just know he's just put together. Let's just say that. And they're standing there and they gave each other that weird look like, what the fuck is this? And they, like, what the fuck is this? And they're like, man, I should have broke his neck. I should have broke his shoulder. I should have broke his other shoulder. Or I should have broke his back. I should have broke his ankle. I should have snapped his fingers. Like, pretty much saying that. Pretty much they're going to build a feud between the Brawling Brutes and Pretty Deadly,
right,
which I'm pretty excited about. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm kind of excited about that. So then they come back to the match. And Bayley's getting introduced with Damage Control. And before the match even starts, Charlotte's like, hold up a second here. Let me see a microphone. And she gets a mic. And Charlotte literally tells Bayley, what happened to you? You used to be, or you're one of the 4 horsewomen. And now you're just on the sideline, being happy, carrying Io Sky's title around? What the heck happened to you? You know what I mean? Yeah, she goes, hey, you're just a stepping stone. That's all you are now. She goes, you're just a stepping stone, and I'm the point that everybody needs to meet. And I was just like, ooh, damn. And then, obviously, Charlotte challenges Io for the title at Fastlane. So, they do the match, and, obviously, Charlotte gets the win, but that wasn't really the main part of the match. The match was good. Like, it really was good. I like when Charlotte and Bayley wrestle each other because they know how to work with each other really well. And they always put a good show on, if you know what I mean. Charlotte ended up winning. Bayley rolled out and was like, hey, grabbed, Dakota Sky, or Dakota, what is Dakota's last name? Dakota Kai, right? Or is it, I don't know. Alright, she grabbed Io and Dakota and told them to get up on the side of the ring, and they were going to act like they were going to jump Flair. And then Asuka comes out and slides into the ring, and like I said, I'm really tired of WWE forcing people to turn babyface.
They don't like the forced,
you know what I mean, bro?
Babyface turn.
I'm really sick of that.
Natural. I like when the crowd just kind of like, I mean, they could get away with turning Roman face right now and it would work.
Yeah, but at least the crowd's actually into it. You know what I mean? With Asuka, I was still enjoying the Murder Clown, and I was still enjoying the I'm still enjoying all her heel work, awesome. You know what I mean? But now she comes... Yeah, now they got her coming in to save Charlotte, and she grabs the microphone, starts saying a whole bunch of stuff in Japanese, and I don't speak Japanese at all, so I can't tell you one word that she said, like not one damn word, and maybe that's my fault, but you know. Not one damn word I'd understood, but Bayley grabs the mic and says, "Okay, Asuka, you want to make it a three-way match at Fastlane? You got it." And Io Sky looks over at Bayley and's like, "You know that's not what she said in Japanese, right? You know that's not what she said in Japanese, right?" Yeah, it was just funny. So now it's a three-way match, Io Sky versus Asuka versus Charlotte at Fastlane. So I'm excited for that match. I hope Io keeps the title at Fastlane. We will see, though. The next segment, they come out. It's the ending of the show. Cena comes out with the tag team contract. And he's talking about last week how he got his ass whipped from Jay and Solo, or Jimmy and Solo. Why do I keep saying Jay? Because I guess it just both begins with J's, I guess.
I guess, there you.
Yeah, my bad. So he's talking about how it was a bad idea for them to leave the contract with him, and he's still looking for a tag team partner, and even if it has to be a handicap match at Fastlane, he'll do it because he's the guy that always preaches never give up. Never give up. So, you know, that's what might happen. Bloodline comes out. Jimmy's talking all that smack to John Cena, saying that they destroyed everyone in the back. Cena, you ain't got nobody to be your partner. You ain't got nobody around you to help you. This and that, blah, 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 da, 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 da. And then they jump in the ring, start beating the crap out of Cena. Cena gets put through the announce table, and then all of a sudden you hear, L.A. Knight. Yeah. And he comes straight out, all babyface fashion, whips the shit out of Jimmy, whips the shit out of Solo, grabs the contract, signs it, and now LA Knight is going to be tag teaming with John Cena at Fastlane. And I'm excited for that. To see John Cena and LA Knight as a tag team, that's some good shit right there. Really good shit.
LA Knight anyway, you know I'm partial to him. I love his work. He's red hot right now. Working with Cena.
Well, that and then his promos really are amazing.
Working with Cena will also elevate his status even further than when it did when he was working with Bray Wyatt. God damn it, rest in peace. God, I still hate that shit.
So, do you think him working with Cena? Do you think that will maybe help him get a title shot against Roman?
It'll just let them know what he looks like in the main event picture. You feel me? Him being against Big Matt, you know, being teamed up with Big Match John against the Bloodline, people who have been in the main event for quite some time. It'll let us have a general idea of what he can look like as a main player. That's what I think this is for. It'll elevate his status even further. Or things will come crashing down. But I don't think they're going to because I have faith in my dude. So he's going to do great. And it's going to be awesome. I can't wait.
No, I feel you 1,000% on that. And I think that will, like you said, it will let Triple H evaluate him a little bit more. You know what I mean? But I think... I don't know. I don't know why he doesn't have a belt. I don't know why he hasn't held a title yet in WWE. I don't know why. Maybe it's just because they want to see how popular he's really going to be, and if it's not really that 15 minutes of fame, you know what I mean?
Because that shit happens. They put the title on people, and then look at Diesel's title run. It was so lackluster, like. Yeah, it was.
So generic.
I remember when he was champion, I thought it was dope, but at the same time, it was, even as a kid, it was, because I was like 11 at the time. So, I remember him being champion, but it wasn't.
Yeah, no, I feel you 1,000%. No, I can't remember. He was more memorable as Kevin Nash in the NWO.
The WWF champion.
Honestly. Yep. I agree 1,000% on that. So I think that we'll see where this match at Fastlane with Cena and LA Knight taking on the Bloodline, we'll see where this goes storyline wise. And we'll see what WWE really thinks about LA Knight. That's what I'm really expecting out of it, to be honest with you. So
one more thing before we let go. I wonder how long Cena's run is going to last now that this writer's strike and actor's strike is coming to an end.
I think that's the reason why he's doing it again, to be honest with you.
Why. I mean, they were bored.
I really believe that's why he's doing it.
How long is it going to last now? See, it was kind of indefinite for a little bit there because the strike was going on, but it's coming to an end. So I wonder now, where do we go from here now that the strike ends? Things we will see here in the future, you know.
No, exactly. And, yeah, we'll just see where this goes. And I'm actually excited for Fastlane next weekend, so we'll see what goes on. But this is your tribal chief, Ryan Reigns, and the brain, Devin Alexander. Don't you ever second guess his analogies.
Ain't that the truth?
So that we got all this done. We got that, so make sure you guys are going to be like, subscribe, and comment like always. This is Slave to Wrestling signing out, saying thank you guys for listening to another wonderful show. We'll have more reviews up. Obviously, we got so much stuff going on this weekend. We just did the Rampage one. We got Collision for tomorrow. We got No Mercy for tomorrow. And we got Wrestle Dream on Sunday. So we got a lot of reviews to do this whole entire weekend. So this entire week, you guys are going to be getting a lot of content. And it will probably be one day through one day through one day. So make sure you guys are paying attention. Like I said, make sure you guys are subscribing. Thank you guys for listening. This is your Tribal Chief signing out. Devin Alexander. You hit him with what you hit him with,
y'all
brother.
know what to do, man. I tell you the same stuff every time. Don't forget to switch over to Devin the Blessing Show. There's going to be a couple shows involving the arrest of Keith D over the murder of Tupac. I'm not going to get into too many details here. If you want to hear the stuff, go over there and check it out. Don't forget to check out the latest single I'm on with my homie Davion, Play the Block. It's on the Devin and Blessing podcast. Make sure you check that out. That's pretty much it, man. Make sure you tune in, like, subscribe, and lay at the smack of down on them candy asses if you smell what the brain is cooking. Peace.
Yeah.